Hello and welcome to our 25th session, and here we are going to deal creating audios in AI using emotions and mood. In cinema, one of the most powerful stages of pre-production begins long before the camera rolls. It begins with the dialogues, not just the words, but the emotion inside the words, the pause before a line, the pressure in the voice, and the silence after it, and the exact expression with which it must be delivered. City timings and tonal variations are carefully shaped and refined. In many cases, the director first performs the line with a specific expression, mood, and rhythm, and then asks the actor to repeat it with the same emotional weight. But now this entire process is being transformed by AI. To understand how powerful the shift is, look at a major example from Indian cinema. The much awaited film Toxic, starring Yash, is said to have been developed first completely in English using advanced AI dubbing workflows. From there, the same emotional voice performance is being regenerated into multiple Indian languages through AI. This kind of workflow is not just a technical experiment. It is a major production pipeline change, and it also is believed to be one of the reasons behind the delay in the film's release. It means that today we can take a sample voice performance, study its emotion, mood, pressure architecture, intensity, and modulation, convert that performance into a precise descriptive prompt, and then use AI to generate the same character voice with that same emotional quality again and again. In other words, we are no longer limited to only recording a reference performance. We can now capture the emotional design of a performance and turn it into a reusable creative asset. Now, before making a character speak the final dialogue, we can first build a library of emotional voice samples. One sample for intensity, one for grief, one for authority, one for tenderness, one for restrained anger, one for fear, one for reflection. Each mood can be designed, tested, stored, and reused. Then, when the final dialogue is ready, we can ask the AI to generate that character's line in the exact emotional state required by the scene. First, we will learn how to convert a sample audio performance into the right prompt. Then we will see how that prompt can be used to generate dialogues in the same voice, same mood, same pause pattern, and same emotional modulation. And finally, we will understand how filmmakers can create and store emotion-specific voice samples before making the character speak the actual dialogue. This is the beginning of AI-driven performance design in cinema pre-production. Now, before we continue, I have provided with some more sample voices and some of the Ollama prompts. And to download it, come into your YouTube page, and if you scroll down in the description, if you click on more, you are provided with the Patreon link. Click on this Patreon link. The Patreon page, if you scroll down, you have 25 voice sample prompt.zip file. Click on this to download it, and once downloaded, come into the downloads folder, right click and choose extract all to extract all these folders. We are now ready to work in ComfyUI. Either I can come into my PC, D drive, AI Studio, Windows, and in ComfyUI Easy Install, I can start with this start ComfyUI.bat, or if you have a shortcut on the desktop, double click to launch ComfyUI. Once ComfyUI is launched, now this time we are going to create all our sample voices that we want to use in a cinema or in a play. To create these sample voices and store it as a library, I will come into the workflows and coming into 23 Qwen TTS Satvik workflows. So we had downloaded it 2 sessions below. And if you doesn't see this, you can come into your Patreon page and you have 23 Qwen TTS Satvik workflows.zip. You can download it, unzip it, put it in the workflows folder. The workflows folder is, I have already shown you. If you come into DAI Studio Windows ComfyUI Easy Install, if you come into ComfyUI folder, user default workflows, and here you have to paste it. So once you paste it, you will be seeing these workflows here. I will open this, and in the previous session we worked on the first 3 workflows. I am going to work with the 4th workflow, wherein we are going to clone the voice and at the same time we are going to save it. So once I click on this workflow, you have all the notes. The only additional thing that you are going to see here is I have created one voice clone prompt and save voice. So these 2 are additional nodes that has been added. So just like last time, I am going to first load a sample voice. Click on choose file to upload, and if you come into your downloads folder 24 voice sample prompt, I will first select this 25 Pacino.mp3 voice and click on open. If you come into the unzip folder, you have one 25 Pacino.txt also. Double click to open this in your notepad. Select this entire text, right click and copy it. Come into ComfyUI and in the reference audio text, select everything, delete it. Press Ctrl V to paste the text. You need the speech text. You can type anything, but in the workflow, I have provided one motivational one.txt file. Double click to open this, copy it. Now come back to ComfyUI and in the speech text, select everything, delete, press Ctrl V to paste it. Now here, if I play it here,
I don't know what to say, really.
This is the original voice of Al Pacino, and in this workflow, I will come on the right side in the save voice. I am going to give this the name as Al Pacino and click on OK. If I run the workflow, it took around 41.41 seconds. If I come and play it here,
Life is not a race, nor is it a standardized test. It is a beautiful opportunity to be experienced. Too often we fear failure and stay within our comfort zones.
So you can see how the voice is perfectly cloned. But this time, this file is saved at a particular location. So to know this location, if you come here into your AI Studio Windows ComfyUI Easy Install, come into ComfyUI folder, and in Models folder, you have Qwen TTS folder. Inside this, there will be a Voices folder, and if you open this, it has created 3 files. One is the WAV file, which is the actual voice, and it has also created a JSON file. And if you just open this with Visual Studio Code or text editor, you can see it has created this entire reference text. I am now going to close this. The only difference we have in this workflow is whatever voice we are inputting, that voice is stored in a particular folder so that we can reuse it afterwards in our film or in our presentation. Coming back to ComfyUI now, I will click on choose files to upload, and this time I will select 25 Madonna.mp3 file and open this. If you come into the downloaded folder, I have provided Madonna.txt file. Open this, press Ctrl A to select everything, right click and copy this. Come back to ComfyUI, select everything in the reference text, delete it, Ctrl V to paste it, and let the speech text be the same. Before I run, I will come into save voice, and this time I am going to call this as Madonna. I will click OK. If I click run, the run is completed. If I come into my voices folder, you again have 3 files created: Madonna.json, QVP and Madonna.wave. Coming back to ComfyUI, the original voice is,
Thank you for acknowledging my ability to continue my career.
See, this is the original voice, and the created voice is,
Life is not a race, nor is it a standardized test. It is a beautiful opportunity to be experienced. Too often, we fear failure and stay within our comfort zones.
See how precisely the voice has been cloned. I am going to select not an English voice, but some other language voice. For example, I am going to take the voice of the Kannada iconic star Dr. Rajkumar, who has spoken in Kannada. This time, if you come into load voice sample, choose file to upload, and select Rajkumar.mp3 file, but he has spoken in Kannada. If you come back to the downloads folder and if you double click on Rajkumar.txt file, this is written in Kannada using English. Nanaru Kashyapa Brahmana Maga. So I have just written this in English. So I will just copy it. As of now, this Qwen 3S model is not going to support Kannada language. For Indian languages, we are going to use a different model and a different approach. This I am going to explain it in detail in the next session. So as of now, I will copy this Kannada script written in English, come back to ComfyUI, and in reference audio, I will select everything, delete and paste it. I will come back here into save voice, and instead of Madonna here, I will type Rajkumar, click OK, and now if I click the run button, if you come into command prompt, it has taken 54.7 seconds. If you come here and if you play the original,
Nanaru Kashyapa Brahmana Maga Ditigarbha Sanjata Chaturmukha Brahmana Mommaga.
this is the original voice. If I play cloned voice here,
Life is not a race, nor is it a standardized test. It is a beautiful opportunity to be experienced. Too often we fear failure and stay within our comfort zone.
see how it has matched the exact voice. Although we had taken the Kannada and we had typed Kannada in English, it has almost cloned it perfectly. If you come into the voices folder in models, you can see 3 files are again created here. Now finally, I will come back to ComfyUI, click on choose file to upload, and this time I am going to select Sandra Bullock voice. Then I will come back to the folder, and here you have sandrabullock.txt file. Double click to open it, press Ctrl A to select everything, copy, come back to ComfyUI, and in reference audio text, delete everything and paste it. I will come back here to save, and instead of Rajkumar now, I will type Sandra Bullock without any spaces, click OK, and now I will click on the run button. Now if you come into command prompt, this has taken 47.83 seconds. The original voice here is,
If I can take this moment to thank Helga B.
this is the original voice, and if I play the cloned voice,
Life is not a race, nor is it a standardized test. It is a beautiful opportunity to be experienced. Too often we fear failure and stay within our comfort zones, but that is
See,
when
it is
potential dies.
perfectly cloned. And again, if you come into the models voices folder, you have the files saved inside this. Now coming back to ComfyUI, whatever we are now creating, the voice is cloned perfectly, but there are no expressions. Now we have to create expressions. Now to give you an example, I am showing you one of the iconic Kannada film which is called as Bhakta Prahalada. And this film was directed by a person called Vijay Reddy. And now Vijay Reddy, the director, had decided how every scene should come and how every dialogue has to be spoken. So he took up a dialogue. Say for example, if you come into the downloaded zip file which you have just now unzipped, there is a file called 25rajkumar.mp3. If I open this and play this audio,
Nanaru Kashyapa Brahmana Maga Ditigarbha Sanjata Chaturmukha Brahmana Mommaga.
so this is exactly the way the dialogue has to be spoken. I want my AI tool to generate a voice which is similar to director's point of view. I want the dialogues to be told exactly in this tone, in this mood, and in this expression. So now I want my AI to analyze this Dr. Rajkumar.mp3 file, and it is now going to give me a prompt using which I can generate the same voice in Qwen 3 TTS. So to do this, I will just show this example in ChatGPT. If I come into ChatGPT and I am going to attach this audio file, and now I will ask, give me a prompt for Qwen 3 TTS audio model to generate the voice similar to the tone and expression and emotion in the attached MP3 file. And when I run this, it is going to think. So now you can see ChatGPT analyzes this and says that the attached audio, the walls feels like this, and it is going to give me the prompt. It has given me 3 versions of prompt. I am going to select this third one. I am going to copy this. And this time in ComfyUI, so I will select this fifth one, voice design plus save video. And you can see here, you have two prompt sections. One is speech text and another is voice direction. And here in voice direction, I am going to paste this prompt I got from ChatGPT. And then in speech text, in this folder, I have provided you with another motivational 2.txt. I will double click to open it, copy the entire prompt, select the entire text here, right click and copy it. Come back to ComfyUI and in speech text, you can type anything that you want. Speech text can be anything of yours. And with this style narration, I am not attaching any voice and I am asking it to generate the voice basically using this voice direct. Even here you have the save service. If I come, before I click run, I will come into save voice and I am going to call this as Rajkumar Prahalada and I will click OK. So the script director is going to write the name of the character and the mood of the scene. Now if I click the run button, coming back here, if I play the save audio file and if I play it now.
As Dr. Sudhyendra S.G. says, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. When you fall, get up stronger. Hardships are not blockades. They are stepping stones to success. Mistakes are merely part of the learning process.
The voice is not cloned, but only the mood of the scene is cloned here. So we are getting the same mood or the same emotion of Bhakta Prahalada film in this audio. If you come into the downloaded, I have provided you one file, 25 Ollama Qwen 3 TTS voice generation. Now I have generated all these voices not using ChatGPT but using Ollama. If you come and open Ollama, I can click here plus, and as of now, if I come into the downloads folder, see I cannot attach a audio file here. All the models that I am using here processes only text. And for audio, I cannot use Ollama directly, but I have to use the web interface, Open WebUI. So if you go back around 3-4 videos before, I have clearly explained you how to install Open WebUI and also anything LLM. So I will close Ollama. I will double click and open my Docker desktop. And in Docker desktop, we already have Open WebUI. How to install Docker desktop, how to install WebUI. In this playlist, I have clearly mentioned you how to do it. I will launch this 3000 port 8080 in my browser. In the model, I am going to select Gemma 426B. This is the best model. And here I can click and choose upload file. And now I can select this Rajkumar.mp3 file. I will give the same prompt. Give me a prompt for Qwen 3 TTS audio model to generate the voice similar to the tone and expression and emotion in the attached MP3 file. So if I click and run now you can see that Gemma for me is going to give me a prompt and I am going to select this prompt, right click, copy it, come back into ComfyUI and here in the voice direction, I am now going to right click and paste it. I will come in the name and in Rajkumar Prahalada, I am going to give it the name as Rajkumar Ollama Mood and click OK. If I click on the run button, so once it is executed, if I play the saved audio.
As Dr. Sudhyendra S.G. says, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts.
Now you can see the prompt I have created with Gemma 4 on the local machine is far more effective and far more realistic than the prompt I got from ChatGPT. So this is the advantage of using the local model. If you come into the downloaded folder and if you open this 25 Ollama Qwen 33 TTS voice generation, if I double click and open this, I have different prompts here. You can just copy and try it one by one. So if you are a YouTube male narrator, I am going to select this entire prompt here, copy it, come back to ComfyUI and in voice direction, I will paste it. And I am going to call this as YouTube male narrator and I will click OK. If I click on the run button, if I play and check this,
As Dr. Sudhendra SG says, success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts.
now if I come back to the text prompt and I am going to select a playful female voice, copy it, come back into ComfyUI and in the voice direction paste it. I am going to just type, I am sorry, comma, that was funnier than it should be, and call this as playful female. Click OK and I will click the run button. So now if I play this,
I am sorry. That was funnier than it should be.
come back here and select the next prompt here. The next prompt is crying female. I will just copy this, come back to ComfyUI and in voice direction I will place it. I will give this the name as crying female, and now if I run and play this,
I thought I was ready, but I was wrong.
I will come back to the prompt and next here I will copy angry female prompt, come back to ComfyUI and paste it in voice direction. Now I will come in save voice and I will call this as angry underscore female. Click OK. If I run this,
You promised, you lied, you are a cheater, Sudhendra. I hate you.
the angry mood. Now I will come back to the prompt. I will select this whisper female. I will copy this, come back here and I am going to place it in this voice direction. Next here, I am using the whisper sound. So I am saving it as whisper female. Now if I play and check it,
Hi, Sudhi. Are you hearing that? Behind us, listen carefully.
can you see how the mood shifts? Next, I will come back to the prompt and I am taking an adult bass voice. I will select this, copy it, come back to ComfyUI and in voice direction I will paste it. With the speech text given, I will call this as male dominant and click OK. And if I now run it,
As Dr. Sudhendra SG says, success is not final. Failure is not fatal.
next I am going to select this adult commanding voice, copy it, come back to ComfyUI, paste it. I am going to call this as male underscore commanding, click OK. And if I play it,
Hello, team. All eyes up. Be precise, careful, and focused. We are moving in 10 seconds.
see the mood? I will come back to the prompt. I want a cartoon villain. So I will select this prompt, come back to ComfyUI and I am going to paste this. Attaching the speech text here, I will give it the name as male cartoon villain and if I run it. Now if I play this audio,
Ha! Ha 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 ha! You're now trapped, Sudhi. You cannot escape. Ooh, you are finished. Oh.
see, can you hear? Now I will come back here and select next a gender neutral. Come back to ComfyUI. I am going to paste it and this is the speech and I am going to call this as gender neutral. Click OK and if I now run it,
Hi, Sudhi. Want to try something yummy today?
so in this way, try all the prompts given here. Now all these generated voices, if you come AI Studio, Windows, ComfyUI Easy Install, ComfyUI folder and in models, in Qwen TTS, in voices, you can see all these files saved. And for every model, you have 3 files. A JSON file, if you right click and open it in Visual Studio Code, you can see the reference text that has been used here and also the voice. I have a library of voice that I have created from all these prompts, and in our next session I am going to give you these voices, and next we are going to create a audio narration. In cinema, before they start the shooting, the screenplay will be read by the actors and we are going to create this entire audio track of a cinema by allotting these voices to different characters and making them speak to each other. I have already provided you the workspace here, 7 TTS voice clone plus load voice multi-voice. We are going to use this and this we are going to try it in our next session.